children as we are, so bond with care. Find we a time for fight of peace to pent, and breathe short-winded accents of new broils to be commenced in strands afar remote. No more the thirsty entrance of this soil shall daub her lips with her own children's blood. No more shall trenching war channel her fields, nor bruise her flowerets with the armed hooves of hostile faces. Therefore, friend, as far as to the sepulchre of Christ, whose soldiers now, under whose blessed cross, we are impressed and engaged to fight, forthwith a power of English shall we levy. But this our purpose now is 12-month old, and bootless 'tis to tell you we will go. Then let me hear of you, my gentle cousin Westmoreland, what yesternight our council did decree in forwarding this dear expedience.
My lord, this case was hot in question. Many limits of the charge laid down, but yesternight, when on the port there came a host of whales loaded with heavy wheels, worse than which was, no more than the irregular and wild Glendower was by the hand of that little Welshman taken. Thousands of people butchered.
Seems then that the tidings of this new broil break off our business for the Holy Land.
This, matched with other did, my gracious lord, for more uneven and unwelcome news came from the north, and thus it did import. On Holbrook Day, the gallant pups were there, young Harry Percy, and brave Archibald, that ever valiant and approved Scot at home they met, where they did spend a sad and bloody hour as by discharge of their artillery and shape of likelihood the news was told. For he that brought them in the very heat and pride of their contention did take horse, uncertain of the issue anyway.
As a dear and true industrious Spencer Walter Blunt, he alighted from his horse. And he had brought us smooth and welcome news. The Lady Douglas is discomfited. 10,000 bold Scots, 22 knights, bought in their own blood did Sir Walter see on Holman's plain. Prisoners, Hotspur took Mortimer, Mordrake, the Earl of Fife, and eldest son of Beaton Douglas. Peer of Atholl, of Murray, Angus, and Menteith. Is not this an honorable spoil?
In faith, it is a conquest for a prince to boast of.
Yea. Yea, thou makes me sad, makes me sin. In envy that my Lord Northumberland should be father to so blessed a son. Whilst I, by looking on the praise of them, see rhyme dishonor stain the brow of my own young Harry. That it could be proved that some night-tripping fairy exchanged in cradle clothes our children where they lay, and called mine Percy his Plantagenet. Then would I have his Harry and ye mine. But let him from my thoughts. What think you, cause of this young Percy's pride? Of the prisoners which in this adventure he has surprised, he keeps for his own use, and sends me word I shall have none but Mordrake, Earl of Fife.
This is his cousin's teaching. Is this Worcester malevolent to you in all aspects?
But I will send for him to answer this. And for this cause a while we must break off our holy purpose to Jerusalem. Cousin, on Wednesday next our council we will hold at Windsor, so inform the lords. But come yourself to us with speed again, for more is to be said and to be done than out of anger can be uttered.
I will, my lord.
Well, what time of day is it left?
Thou art so fat-witted with the drinking of old sack and unbuttoning thee after supper and sleeping upon benches after noon that thou hast forgotten to demand that truly which thou wouldst truly know. What the devil hast thou to do with the time of day?
I prithee, sweet wife, when thou art, as God save thy grace, majesty, I should say, for grace thou wilt have none.
What none?
Oh, by my troth, not so much as will serve to be prologue to an egg and butter.
How then? Come, roundly, roundly.
Very then, sweet wife. When thou art, let not us, that are squires of the night's body, be called thieves of the day's beauty. Let us be Diana's foresters, gentlemen of the shade, minions of the moon, under whose countenance we steal.
Thou sayest well, and it holds well too for the fortune of us that are the moon's men, doth ebb and flow like the sea, being governed as the sea is by the moon.
By the Lord, thou sayest true that. Oh, it is not mine hostess of the tavern, a most sweet wench.
Why, what the devil have I to do with my hostess of the tavern?
Why, thou hast called her to a reckoning many a time and oft.
Should I be called for thee to pay thy part?
No, I'll give thee thy due. Thou hast paid all there.
Yea, and elsewhere, so far as my coin would stretch. And where would not, I'd use my credit.
Yea, and so used it, that were it not here apparent that thou art heir apparent. But I prithee, shall there be gallows standing in England when thou art king? And resolution thus fobbed as it is by the rusty curb of old Father Antic the law. Do not thou, when thou art king, hang a thief?
No. Thou shalt. Ah, points! Ah, now shall we know if Altier should have set a match. Oh, if women were to be saved by merit, what a hole in hell were hot enough for her. Good morrow, Nell.
Oh, good morrow, sweet Hal. Oh! What says Monsieur Remorse, huh? What says Sir John Sack and Sugar? Jack, how agrees the devil and me about thy soul that thou soldest him on Good Friday last for a cup of Madeira and a cold cake on his way?
Ah, Sir John stands to his word, for he was never yet a breaker of proverbs. He will give the devil his due.
Oh, then art thou damned for keeping thy word with the devil.
Else had he been damned for coveting the devil.
But, my lads, tomorrow morning at 4 o'clock early at Gadshill, there are pilgrims going to Canterbury with rich offerings, and traders riding to London with fat purses. I have bespoke supper tomorrow night in Eastcheap. If you will go with me, I will stuff your purses full of crowns. If you shall not, tarry at home and be hanged.
Hear ye, Nell. If I tarry at home and go not, I'll hang you for going.
Oh, will you, Shops?
Hal, wilt thou make one?
Oh, I, Rob. I, a thief, not I, by my faith.
Well, there's neither honesty, manhood, nor good fellowship in thee. Nor thou comest not of the blood royal, if thou darest not stand for 10 shillings.
Well, come what will, I'll tarry at home.
By the Lord, then, I'll be a traitor when thou art king.
I care not.
Sirrah Jack, I prithee. Leave the prince and me alone. I shall lay him down such reasons for this adventure that he shall go.
Well, God give thee the spirit of persuasion and him the ears of prophecy, that what thou speakst may move, and what he hears may be believed. Farewell.
Farewell, thou latter spring. Oh, farewell, all hollow summer.
Now, my good, sweet, honey lord, ride with us tomorrow. I have a jest to execute I cannot manage alone. Falstaff, Bardolph, Peto, and Doll shall rob those travelers that we have already waylaid. Yourself and I will not be there. And when they have the booty, if you and I do not rob them, cut this head off from my shoulders.
But, how shall we part from them in 7 days?
Oh, why, we shall set forth before or after them, and appoint them a place of meeting wherein it is at our best pleasure to fail. Then shall they adventure upon the exploits themselves, which they shall have no sooner achieved, but we'll set upon them.
Yea, but 'tis like they'll know us by our courses, by our habits, and every other appointment to be ourselves.
But our horses they will not see, I will tie them in the wood. Our vizards we shall change after we leave them, and Sirrah, I have a case of buckram for the nonce to amass our noted outward thoughts.
I will go. Buy us all things, and meet me tomorrow night. Farewell.
Well, my lord.
I know you all, and will a while uphold the unyoked humor of your idleness. Yet, herein will I imitate the sun, who doth permit the base, contagious clouds to smother up his beauty from the world, that when he please again to be himself, being wanted, he may be more wondered at by breaking through the foul and ugly mists of vapors that did seem to strangle him. All the year we're playing holidays. The sport would be as tedious as the work, but when they seldom come, they wish for them, and nothing pleases the fair eyes. So, when this loose behavior I throw off and pay the debt I never promised it, by how much better than my word I am, and like right metal on a sullen ground, my reformation glittering o'er my fault shall show more goodly and attract more eyes than that which hath no foil to set it off. So I'll offend, to make offense a skill, redeeming time when men think least I will.
My blood hath been too cold and temperate. I have to stir these indignities, and you have found me. For accordingly you tread upon my patience. But be sure, I will from henceforth rather be myself mighty and to be feared, than my condition which hath been smooth as oil, soft as young down, and therefore lost that title of respect which the proud soul ne'er pays but to the proud.
Our house, my sovereign liege, little deserves this scourge of greatness to be used on it.
Get thee gone, for I do see danger and disobedience in thine eye. You have good leave to leave us. When we have need of your use in council, we shall send for you. Gentlemen, you were about to speak.
Yea, my good lord. Those prisoners which Harry, your highness deemed demanded, which Harry Percy here in London were, as he said, not with such strength denied as is delivered to your majesty. Remedy, therefore, this prisoner is guilty of this fault, not my son.
My liege, I did deny no prisoners. I remember when the fight was done, when I was dry with rage and extreme toil, breathless and faint, leaning upon my sword, came there a certain lord, neat and trimly dressed, fresh as a bridegroom, and his chin new reaped like a stubble land at harvest home. And as the soldiers bore dead bodies by, he called them untaught knaves, unmannerly to bring a slovenly, unhandsome corpse, betwixt the wind and his nobility, with many holidays and lady terms. He questioned, among the rest, demanded my soldiers and your majesty's behalf. I then all smarting with my wounds being cold, to be so pestered with a popinjay, answer neglectingly, I know not what he should or he should not, but he made me mad to see him shine so brisk, and smell so sweet, and talk so like a waiting gentlewoman, and that it was great pity. So it was that this villainous saltpeter should be digged out of the bowels of the harmless earth, which many a good tall fellow here hath destroyed. And but for these vile guns, he would have himself been a soldier. This bald, unjointed chat of his, I answered indirectly as I said, and I beseech you, let not his report come current for an accusation betwixt my love and your high majesty.
The circumstances considered, good my lord. Whatever Lord Harry Percy hath said, such a person, in such a time, in such a place, and all the rest retold, may now reasonably die and never rise to do him harm. Or in any way impeach what he hath then said, so we have to say it now.
For yet he doth deny his prisoners, but with proviso and exception, that we at our own charge shall ransom straight his brother-in-law, the foolish Mortimer. And I shall never hold that man my friend, whose tongue shall ask me for 1 penny cost to ransom home revolted Mortimer.
Revolted Mortimer? He never did fall off, my sovereign liege, but by the chance of war. To prove that true needs no more, but 1 tongue for all those wounds. Let him not be slandered with revolt.
Thou dost divide him, Percy. Thou dost divide him. Sirrah, henceforth, let me not hear you speak of Mortimer. Send me your prisoners with the speediest of means, or you shall hear in such a kind from me as will displease you. My Lord Northumberland, you license your departure with your son.
The devil, come and roar for them. I will not send them. I will after straight and tell them so. For I will ease my heart, albeit I make a hazard of my head.
What? Drunk with color? Stay! Pause a while. Here comes your cousin.
Speak of Mortimer. Soon I will speak of him. and let my soul want mercy if I do not join with them. But I will lift the downtrodden Mortimer as high in the air as this unthankful king, as this ingrate and cankered Bolingbroke.
Peace, the king hath made your cousin mad.
Who struck up this heat after I was gone?
He will, forsooth, have all of my prisoners. And when I urge the ransom once again of my wife's brother, Mortimer, well, then his cheek will pale, trembling even at the name of Mortimer.
I cannot blame him. Was not he proclaimed by Richard that dead is next to blood?
He was. I heard the proclamation.
But soft, I pray you. Did King Richard then proclaim my brother Edmund Mortimer heir to the crown?
He did. Myself did hear it.
Nay, I cannot blame his cousin king that wished him on the barren mountain star. But shall it be that you, that set the crown upon the head of this forgetful man, and for his sake wear the detested blot of murderous subordination? Shall it be that you, a world of curses, undergo, being the agents of base second means, the cords, the ladder, or the hangman rather?
Peace, cousin. Say no more. And to your quick-conceiving discontents, I'll read you matter deep and dangerous, as full of peril and adventurous spirits as to overwalk a current roaring loud on the unsteadfast footing of a spear.
Imagination of some great exploit drives him beyond the bounds of patience.
Those noble Scots that are your
I'll
prisoners?
keep them all. By God, you shall not have discarded them. I'll keep them by this hand.
Start away and lend no ear to my purpose. Those prisoners you shall keep.
Yea, I will. That's right. He said you would not ransom Mortimer, but I will find him when he lies asleep, and in his ear I'll holler, Mortimer!
Farewell, kinsman. I'll talk to you when you are better tempered to attend.
Why, what a waspin! Patient fool art thou to break into this woman's mood. Time thine ear to no tongue but thy nose.
Why, look you! I am whipped and scourged with rods, nettled and stung with pismires when I hear of this vile politician Bolingbroke. Good cousin, tell your tale. I'm done.
Then once more to your Scottish prisoners. Deliver them up without their ransom straight, and make the Lady Douglas your only means for power in Scotland, which, for divers reasons, which I shall send written be assured, will be easily granted. You, my lord, your son in Scotland, being thus employed, shall secretly creep into the bosom of that same noble prelate, the Archbishop.
Of York, is it not?
True, who bears hard his brother's death at Bristol, the Lord's scroop. I speak not in estimation of what I think might be, but what I know is ruminated, plotted, and set down, and only staged but to behold the face of that occasion that shall bring it on.
Smell it. Upon my life, you will do well.
Before the game's afoot, thou still it slept.
I cannot choose but to be a noble plot. Learn the power of Scotland and of York to join with Mortimer.
So they shall.
In faith, it is exceedingly well aimed.
Farewell, cousin. No further go in this, and I by letter shall direct your course. When time is right, which shall be suddenly, I'll steal to Glendower and Lord Mortimer, where you, Douglas, and all our powers at once, as I will fashion it, shall happily meet, to bear our fortunes in our own strong arms, which now we hold at much uncertainty.
Farewell, good niece. We shall thrive.
Trust, cousin, do. Well, let the hours be short till fields and blows and groans applaud our sport.
I have removed Falstaff's horse, and he frets like gum velvet.
Stand close. Oh.
Points! Points and be hanged! Points!
He's walked up to the top of the hill.
I am accursed to rob in that thief's company. The rascal hath removed my horse and tied him I know not where. I travelled the 4 foot by the square, further afoot I shall break my wind.
Ah,
Well, I doubt not but to die a fair death for all this, having escaped hanging for killing that rogue. Points! How? Plague upon you both! Bardolph! Pico! I'll starve ere I rob a foot further. 8 yards of uneven ground is 70 miles afoot with me, and the stony-hearted villains know it well enough. A plague upon it when thieves cannot be true one to another. A plague upon you all! Give me my horse, you rogues! Give me my horse and be hanged!
Peace, you bad guts! Oh, lie down! Lay thine ear close to the ground and list if thou canst hear the tread of travelers.
Have you levers to lift me up again, being down? Blood, I'll not bear mine own flesh so far afoot again for all the coin in thy father's exchequer. What a plague mean ye to call me thus?
There!
So I do against my will.
What news, Bartle?
Casey! On with your visits! There's money of the king's coming down the hill. 'Tis going to the king's exchequer.
Lie, you rogue, is going to the king's tavern.
There's enough to make us all.
You forefront them in the narrow lane. Nell Poins and I will walk the lower. If they escape from your encounter, then they light on us.
How many be there of them?
Some 8 or 10.
Zoons, will they not rob us?
Oh, what a coward, Sir John Paunch.
Indeed, I am not Sir John of Gaunt, your grandfather, yet no coward.
Well, we'll leave that to the proof.
Sirrah Jack. Thy horse stands behind the hedge. When thou needest him, there thou shalt find him. Farewell, all! Stand fast.
Stop. Happy man be his dole, say I. Every man to his business.
Come, neighbor. The boy will lead our horses down the hill.
We'll walk a foot a while and ease our legs.
Stand! Hey, down with them! Take out the villain's throats! Our horse and caterpillar big and hey!
Down with them! Please stand!
I'm the order,
No, you fat chuffs! I love your store here! On, bacon! On!
The thieves have found the true men. Now could thou and I rob the thieves and go merrily to London. It would be an argument for a week, laughter for a month, and a good jest forever.
Oh, stand close, I see them coming.
Now, my masters, let us share and lend a horse before day. And the prince and coins be not two arrant cowards, there's no equity stirring. There's more valor in that coins than in a wild duck.
Your money!
Oh, that with much ease. Now, merrily to horse. The thieves are all possessed and scattered with fear so strongly they dare not meet each other. Away, good Nell, full step, sweats to death, and loathes to lean earth as he walks along. Were it not for laughing, I should pity him.
Oh, how the fat rogue roared.
But for my own part, my lord, I could be well contented in respect of the love I bear your house. He could be well contented. Why is he not then? In respect of the love he bears our house. Who shows in this he loves his own barn better than he loves our house? Let me see some more. The purpose you undertake is dangerous. The friends you have named uncertain. The time itself unsorted. And your whole plot too light for the counterpoise of so great an opposition. Say you so. I say unto you again, you are a shallow, cowardly hind, and you lie. By the Lord, our plot is a good plot, as ever was laid. That our friends, true and constant, very good friends. What a frosty, spirited rogue is this? Is there not my father, my cousin, and myself, Lord Edmund Mortimer and Owen Glendower? Or is there not besides Lady Douglas? Have I not all their letters to meet me in arms by the 9th of next month? And are not some of they set forth already? What a pagan rascal is this, an infidel? You shall see now, in very sincerity, a fear and cold heart, willing to the king, and lay open all our proceedings. Hang him. Let him tell the king. We are prepared. I will set forward tonight. How now, my lady? I must leave you within these 2 hours.
Oh, my good lord, why are you thus alone? For what offense have I this fortnight been a banished woman from my very bed? Tell me, sweet lord, what is that takes from thee thy stomach, pleasure, and thy golden sleep? Why dost thou bend thine eyes upon the earth and skirt so often when thou art alone? Why hast thou lost the flesh blood in thy cheeks? In thy slumber I by thee have watched, and heard thee murmur tales of iron wars, speak terms of manage to thy bounding steed, and cry, courage to the field! And thou hast talked of sallies and retires, of trenches, tents, of prisoners' ransom and of soldiers slain, and all the currents of a heady fight. And in thy face strange motions have appeared, such as we see when men restrain their breath in some great contest. But what potents are these? have my lord at hand, and I must know it, else he loves me not.
What sayest thou, my lady?
What is it carries you away?
Why, my horse, my love, my horse.
Oh, ouch, you mad-headed ape! A weasel hath not such a deal of spleen as you are tossed with. Okay, I'll know that this miscarried. That I will. I fear my brother Mortimer Duster about his title and hath sent for you to line his enterprise. If you
So
go...
far afoot, I shall be weary, love.
Oh, come, you Paracleto. Answer me directly unto this question that I ask. In faith, I'll break thy little finger, Harry, if thou wilt not answer all things true.
The way, trifler. Love, I love thee not. I care not for thee, Kate. This is no world to play with mammoths and to tilt with lips. We must have bloody noses and cracked crowns and cast them birds who gods me, my horse! What sayest thou, my lady? What wouldst thou have?
Do you not love me? Do you not indeed? Well, do not then, for since you love me not, I will not love myself.
Come, wilt thou see me ride? And when I am on horseback, I will swear I love thee infinitely. But hark you, Kate, I must not have you henceforth question me whither I go, nor reason whereabout. Whither I must. And to conclude, this evening must I leave you, gentle Kate. I know you wise, but yet no further wise than Harry Percy's wife. Constant you are, no lady closer. For I well believe thou wilt not utter what thou dost not know. And so far will I trust thee, gentle Kate.
How? So far?
Not an inch further. But hark you. Whither I go, thither shall you go too. Today will I set forth, tomorrow you. Will this content you, gentle Kate?
And much of course.
Points!
Anon, good sir.
Falstaff and the rest of the thieves are at the door. Shall we be married?
Oh, as merry as crickets, my lad.
Plague of all cowards, I say, and a vengeance too. Mary and amen, give me a cup of sack. Plague of all cowards, I say. Is there no virtue extant?
I'll never see type with just a dish of butter.
You rogues, there's life in this sack, too. There's nothing but roguery to be found in villainous man, and yet a coward is worse than a cup of sack with life. Villainous coward. Well, go thy ways, Jack. Die when thou wilt. There live not 3 good men unhanged in England, and one of them is fat and grows old.
Oh, why, you horse and round man. What's the matter?
Are not you a coward there? Answer me to that. And poise there.
Oh, zounds ye fat bunch. And ye call me a coward, by the Lord, I'll stab thee.
I call thee coward? I'll see thee damned ere I call thee coward. I'd give £1,000 I could run as fast as thou canst.
Oh!
You are straight enough in the shoulders, you care not who sees your back. Call you that backing of your friends? A plague upon such backing. Give me a cup of sack.
Villain! Thy lips are scarce white since thou drunkest last.
All's one for that. Plague of all cowards, still tale.
Why, what's the matter?
What's the matter? There be 4 of us here who have paid £1,000 this day morning.
Well, where is it, Jack? Where is it?
Where is it? Taken from us it is.
Oh.
100 upon 4 of us.
What? Oh, 100, man.
I am a rogue. If I were not at half sword with a dozen of them, 2 hours together. Yes. Well, I've escaped by miracle. I am 8 times thrust through the doublet, 4 through the hose, my butler cut through and through, my sword, hacked like a handsaw. Let them speak. If they speak more or less the truth, they are villains and sons and daughters of darkness.
Oh, speak, sirs. Madam.
We 4 set upon some dozen.
Oh. 16 at least, my lord.
And bound them.
No. They were not bound. Rogue, they were bound, every man of them.
And while we were sharing, some 6 or 7 fresh men set upon us.
I embalmed the rest, then come in the other.
Fought you with them all?
All. I know not what you call all, but if I fought not with 50 of them, I am a bunch of branders. If there were not 2 or 3 and 50 upon poor old Jack, I am no two-legged creature.
Oh, well, pray God, you have not murdered some of them.
Well, nay, that's past praise. I have peppered 2 of them. 2, I am sure, I have paid. 2 rogues in buckram suits. I bore my point. 4 rogues in buckram let drive.
But 4? There were but 2 even now.
4, pal. I told thee 4.
Aye, he said 4.
4.
These 4 came all afront and mainly thrusted. I made me no more ado, but took all 7 of their points in my target thus.
But 7? There were but 4 even now.
In buckram.
Aye, 4.
7 by these hills, or I'm a villain else. 7.
Let him alone. No more none.
Dost thou hear me, Hal?
Aye, and mark thee too, Jack.
Do so, for it is worth the listening to. These 9 in buckram that I told thee of began to give me ground. I followed thee close, came in foot in hand, and with a thought, 7 of the 11 I paid.
Oh, monstrous! 11 buckram men grown out of 2. Well, these lives are like their father that begets them. Gross as a mountain, open, palpable. Why, thou clay-brained guts, thou naughty-pated fool, thou whoreson of seam-greased tallow.
What, art thou mad? Art thou mad? Is not the truth the truth?
Well, breathe a while and then to it again, and when thou hast tired thyself in base comparisons, hear me speak like this.
Mark, Jack.
We 2 saw you 4 set on 2 and bound them and were masters of their wealth. Now, mark now, our plain tale shall put you down. Then did we 2 set on you 4, eh? And with a word outfaced you from your prize, and have it, yea, and can show it you in the house in Falstaff. You carried your guts away as nimbly, with as quick dexterity, as ever I did see your vocab. What a slave art thou, to hack thy sword as thou hast done, and then say we're gonna fight.
Come, Jack. What trick hast thou now, huh?
By the Lord, I knew ye as well as he that made ye. Hear you, my masters, was it for me to kill the heir apparent? No. Should I turn upon the true prince? I thou knowest I'm as valiant as Hercules. But beware instinct. The lion will not touch the true prince. Instinct is a great matter. I was now a coward on instinct.
Content, and the argument shall be thy running away.
No more of that, Helen.
Oh, my God, my lord, the prince!
Oh, what is it, my lady?
There is a nobleman of the court at door would speak with you. He says he comes from your father.
Give him as much as will make him a royal man and send him back again to my mother.
What the gravity out of his bed at midnight? Shall I give him his answer?
Prithee, do, Jack.
Make, and I'll send him packing.
Now, sirs, my lady, you thought. And so did you, Peto. And so did you, Bardo. You would not touch the true prince, no. You ran away upon instinct.
Oh, faith, I ran when I saw others run.
Hey, and tell me now, how came Falstaff's sword so hacked?
Why, he hacked it with a dagger and said he would swear truth out of England, but he would make you believe it was done in fight, and persuaded us to do the like.
Yeah, and to tickle our noses with spear grass to make them bleed, and then beslubber our garments with it, and swear it was the blood of true men.
Oh, villain! Thou hadst fire and sword at thy side, and yet thou ranest away. What instinct hadst thou for it?
Oh, my lord, do you see these meteors? Do you behold these exaltations?
I do.
What think you they pretend?
Hot livers and cold purses. Here comes lean Jack. Here comes Bear. Come now, my sweet creature of combat. How long goes, Jack, since thou sawest thine own need?
Mine own need?
Aye.
Well, when I was about thy years, Al, I was not an eagle's talon in the waist. I could have crept into any alderman's thumb ring. A plague of sighing and grief blows a man up like a bladder. Villainous news abroad. You were Sir Walter Blunt from your father. You must to court in the morning. That same mad fellow of the north, Percy, and he of Wales, what a plague do you call him?
Oh, Glendower?
Owen the same. His son-in-law, Mortimer, and old Northumberland. and that sprightly Scot of Scots, the Douglas, that runs a horseback up a hill perpendicular.
Yes, Jack.
Well, thou wilt be horribly chid when thou comes to thy father. Tomorrow, if thou lovest me, practice an answer.
Do thou stand for my father, and examine me on the particulars of my life.
Shall I?
Aye.
Content! This chair shall be my throne, this oak dagger shall be my scepter, and this shall be my crown.
Thy state is taken for a Trojan stool, thy golden scepter for a leaden dagger, and thy precious rich crown for a pitiful bald crown.
Give me a cup of sack to make my eyes look red, that it may be thought I have wept, for I must speak in a passion.
Well, here is my leg.
And here is my speech. Stand aside, nobility.
By God, this is excellent sporting, Faith.
For God's sake, lords, convey my tristful queen, for tears do stop the floodgates of her eyes.
Oh, he doth it as like one of these harlotry players as
Peace,
ever
good
I
pine clod, peace, good ticklebrake. Harry!
Aye.
Harry, I do not only marvel where thou spendest thy time, but also how thou art accompanied. For though the chamomile, the more it is trodden on, the faster it grows, yet youth, the more it is wasted, the sooner it wears. As thou art my son, I have partly thy mother's word, partly mine own opinion, but chiefly a villainous trick of thine eye and a foolish hanging of thy nether lip at the fore. If then thou be son to me, here lies the point. Why, being son to me, art thou so pointed at? Shall the blessed Son of Heaven prove a mitcher and eat blackberries? Question not to be asked. Shall the Son of England prove a thief and take purses? Question to be asked. Harry, now I do not speak to thee in drink, but in tears, not in pleasure, but in passion, not in words only, but in woes also. And yet, there is a virtuous man whom I have often noted in thy company, but I know not his name.
What manner of man? And if like a man?
A goodly, portly man of faith and a corpulent, of a cheerful look, a pleasing eye, and a most noble carriage. And as I think his age some 50, or by Our Lady inclining towards 60. And now I remember me. His name is Falstaff. Oh! If that man should be lewdly given, he deceiveth not. Oh, Harry, I see virtue in his looks. There is virtue in that Falstaff. Him keep with. The rest, vanish. Oh. Tell me, thou naughty varlet, where hast thou been this month?
Dost thou speak like a king? No, do thou stand for me and I'll play my father.
What? Depose me? If thou dost it half so bravely, so majestically, both in word and matter, then hang me up by the heels for a rabbit sucker or a poulter's head.
Well, here I am set.
And here I stand. Judge, my master.
Now, Harry, whence come you?
My noble lord, from East Cheese.
The complaints I hear of thee are grievous.
Sblood, my lord, they're false.
Swearest thou, ungracious boy, henceforth, ne'er look on me again. Thou art violently carried away from grace. There's a devil. Now! Oh. There is a devil haunts thee in the likeness of an old fat man. A ton of man is thy companion. Why dost thou converse with this trunk of humor, this stuffed cloak bag of guts, this huge bombard of sack, this father ruffian, this gray iniquity, this reverend vice, this vanity in years? Wherein is he good but to taste sack and drink it? Wherein neat and cleanly but to carve a capon and eat it? Wherein cunning but in craft? Wherein crafty but in villainy? Wherein villainous but in all things? Wherein worthy but in nothing?
I would your grace would take me with you. Who means your grace?
Why, that abominable misleader of youth, Falstaff, that old white-bearded Satan.
My lord, the man I know.
I know thou dost.
But to say I know more harm in him than in myself, or to say more than I know. That he is old, the more the pity. His white hairs do witness it. But that he is, saving your reverence, a whoremaster, that I utterly deny. If sack and sugar be a fault, God help the wicked. If to be old and merry be a sin, then many an old host that I know is damned. Go. Banish Peter. Banish Bardolph. Banish coins. But for sweet Jack Falstaff, kind Jack Falstaff, valiant Jack Falstaff, and therefore more valiant, being as he is, old Jack Falstaff. Banish not him thy Harry's company. Banish plump Jack. Banish all the world. I do. I will.
Oh, my God, my Lord, my Lord!
What is it, my hostess?
And West Berlin and all the watch are at the door. They are come to search the house. Shall we let them in?
So here, Hal. Never call a true piece of gold a counterfeit. Thou art essentially mad without seeming so.
Yes, and now a natural coward without being so.
I deny your major. If you will deny Westmoreland so. If not, let him enter.
Go, hide behind the arrows. The rest, walk up, fellas. Peter, Peter. Now, my masters, for a true faith and good conscience.
Both of which I've had, but their date is out, therefore I'll hide me.
Go, call in Westmoreland. Now, Cousin Westmoreland, what is your will with me?
First, pardon me, my lord. Hue and cry have followed certain men unto this, house.
What men?
One of these men is well known. A gross, fat man.
As fat as butter.
The man, I do assure you, is not here. For I myself at this time have employed him in Westmoreland. I will engage my word to thee that by tomorrow, dinner time, I will send him to answer thee, or any man, for anything he shall be charged with calling so, that he can treat you. Leave the house.
I will, my lord. There are 2 men have in this robbery lost 300 marks.
It may be so. And if he have brought these men, he shall be answerable. And so, farewell.
Good night, my noble lord.
I think it is good morrow, is it not?
Indeed. My lord, I think it be 2 o'clock.
This oily rascal's known as well as Paul's. Go, call him for it.
Falstaff. Fast asleep behind the arras and snorting like a horse.
I will accord in the morning. We must all the reward. And thy place shall be honorable. Procure this fat rogue a charge of foot, for I know his death will be a march of 12 score. The money shall be paid back with advantage. Be with me betimes in the morning. So, tomorrow, Peter.
Good morrow. Good, my lord.
And in his secret tomb out of my blood he'll breed revenge of it and a scourge from me. But thou dost in thy passages of life make me believe that thou art only marked for the hot vengeance and rod of heaven to punish my mispraise.
So please, your majesty, I would I could quit all offenses with a clear excuse. as I am doubtless I can purge many I am charged with all, yet such extenuation let me lay, as in reproof of many tales devised, I may, for some things true, find pardon on my truth.
God pardon me. Yet let me wonder, Harry, at thy affections which do hold wing quite from the flight of all thy ancestors. Thy place in council thou hast rudely lost, which by thy younger siblings is supplied, and art almost inhaling to the hearts of all the court and princes of my blood. The hope and expectation of thy kind is ruined. The soul of every man prophetically doth forethink thy doom. And I, so lavish with my present gifts, so common hackneyed in the eyes of men, so stale and cheap to vulgar company, opinion that did help me to the crown, and still kept loyal to possession, and left me in reputeless banishment, a fellow of no mark nor likelihood. By being seldom seen, I was like I could not stir, but like a comet I was wondered at. Men would tell their children, this is he. Others would say, where? Which is Bolingbroke? And then I stole all courtesy from heaven, and dressed myself in such humility that I did pluck allegiance from men's hearts. Loud shouts and salutations from their mouths, even in the presence of the crowned king. Skippy king. He ambled up and down with shallow gestures and rash maiden wits. Mingled his royalty with capering fools, had his great name profaned with their scorn. Grew a companion to the common straits, so when he had occasion to be seen, he was as the cuckoo is in June, heard, not regarded, seen, but with such an eye as sick and blunted with community, affords no extraordinary gaze such as is bent on sunlight majesty. And in that very line, Harry, standest thou. For thou hast lost thy princely privilege with vile participation. None but is weary of thy common sight, save mine, which hath desired to see thee more. Which now doth that I would not have it do, may blind itself with foolish tenderness.
Shall hereafter my thrice gracious lord, nor myself,
for all the world, as thou art to this hour, was richer than when I for France set foot at Ravenscourt, and even as I was then his Percy now. Now, by my scepter and my soul to boot, he hath more worthy interest to the state than thou, the shadow of succession. He doth fill fields with harness in the realm, turn heads against the lion's armed jaws. He no more get to years than thou. These ancient lords and reverend bishops on to bloody battles and to bruising arms. Grace hath this Hotspur. Mars and swaddling clothes, this infant warrior discomforted great Douglas. Ta'en her once, enlarged her, and made a friend of her, to fill the mouth of deep defiance up and shake the peace and safety of our throne. Wherefore do I tell these news to thee? Why, Harry, do I tell thee of my foes, which are my nearest and dearest enemy? Thou, that art like enough to fight against me under Percy's pain, to dog his heels and curtsy at his frowns, to show how much thou art degenerate.
Do not think so. You shall not find it so, and God forgive them that so much assuage your majesty's good thoughts away from me. I will redeem all this on Percy's head, and in the closing of some glorious day be bold to tell you that I am your son, whom I will wear a garment all of blood, and stain my favors in a bloody mask which washed away shall scour my shame. Connection today, whene'er it lights, this all praised knight, this gallant Hotspur, and your unthought of every chance to meet, for every honor, sitting on his helm, would that they were multitudes, and on my head my shames redoubled. for the time shall come that I shall make this northern youth exchange his glorious deeds for my indignities. Mercy is but my factor, good my lord, to engross up glorious deeds on my behalf, and I will call him the sorcerer tongue. I will make him render every glory up, yea, even the slightest worship of his time. I will tear the reckoning from his life. All this, in the name of God, I promise here, the which if he be pleased, I shall perform it. Your Majesty, that salve the long for wounds final temperance. But if not, the end of life cancels all that. I shall die 100,000 deaths ere I break the smallest parcel of this vow.
100,000 rebels die in this. Thou shalt have charge and sovereign trust herein. Now this month I look so full of speed.
So hath the business I come to speak of. Lord Mortimer of Scotland hath sent word, Lady Douglas and the English rebels met at Shrewsbury the 11th of this month, as ever offered foul play in the state.
The Earl of Westmoreland set forth today with him Lady Joanna of Lancaster, for this advertisement is bad 5 days old. On Wednesday next, Harry, you shall set forward. On Thursday, we ourselves shall march. That's a way. Advantage feeds him fat while men delay.
Bardo, have I not fallen away vilely since this last action? Do I not faint? Do I not dwindle? Or my skin hangs about me like an old lady's loose gown. And wither like an old apple jar. I should be out of heart shortly, and then I shall lack the strength to repent. I have not forgotten what the inside of a church is made of. Company! Villainous company hath been the spoil of me.
Oh, Sir John, you are too dreadful, you passive liar.
Now, I'll sing it. Come, sing the embodied song.
Oh, sigh no more, ladies and...
I was as virtuously given as a gentleman need to be. Diced not about 7 times a week. Went to a boarding house about once in a quarter of an hour. Paid money that I borrowed 3 or 4 times. Now, I live out of all order, out of all compass.
Yay! Why, Sir John, you are so fat that you must needs be all out of compass, out of all reasonable compass, Sir John. There you are.
Thou amend thy face, and I'll amend my life.
Why, Sir John, my face does you no harm.
No, I'll be sworn. If thou wert in any way given to virtue, I would swear by thy face.
Not your face, my face, or in your belly.
God of mercy, then I should be sure to be heartburn. How now, Dame Partlet the hen? Have you inquired yet who picked my pocket?
Oh, why, Sir John, what do you think, Sir John? Do you think I keep thieves in my house?
Lie, hostess. I'll be sworn my pocket was picked. Go to, you're a woman, go.
Who? I know, I defy thee, God's light. I was never called so in my own house before.
Go to, I know you well enough.
No, Sir John, you do not know me, Sir John. I know you. You owe me money for your diet and buy drinkings, and money lent you £24.
But he had his part, let him pay.
Oh.
I've lost a seal ring of my grandfather's worth 40 marks.
Oh, I have heard his grace say, I know not how oft, that ring was covered.
Now, the prince is a jack, a sneaker, blood, and he were here, I would cudgel him like a dog, I would say so. But how now, how? Is the wind in that door? If faith must we all march?
Yeah, 2 and 2 do get fashion.
My lord, I pray you hear me.
What sayest thou, Mistress Quickly?
Prithee, let her alone and listen to me.
What sayest thou, Jack?
The other night, I fell asleep here behind the arras and had my pocket picked.
What didst thou lose, Jack?
Wilt thou believe me now? 3 or 4 bonds of £40 apiece and a seal ring of my grandfather.
A trifle, some 8-penny matter.
So I told him, my lord, and I said I heard your grace say so, and he speaks most violently with you like the foul-mouthed man as he is, and he swore he would cudgel you.
What? He did not.
There's neither faith, truth, nor womanhood in me. Oh.
There's no more faith in thee than in a stewed prune, nor no more truth in thee than in a drawn fox.
Ah, thou sayest true, Mistress Quickly. He slanders thee most grossly.
So he don't do, my lord, and said this other day you owed him 1,000 pounds.
Sirrah! Do I owe you 1,000 pounds?
1,000? 1,000,000! Thy love is worth 1,000,000, and thou owest me thy love.
Oh, nay, my lord. He called you Jack and said he would cudgel you.
Bardolph, did I so?
Indeed, Sir John. You said so.
Yea, if he said my ring was copper.
I say 'tis copper. Darest thou be as good as thy word now?
Why, how? Thou knowest, as thou art but man, I dare. But as thou art but prince, I fear thee. As I fear the roaring of the lion's whelp.
Jack, meet me tomorrow afternoon in the temple hall, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The land is burning. Percy stands on high, and either we or they must lower line.
Rare words. Brave words. Hostess, my friend, come. Oh, I can wish this tavern for my drum.
My noble Scot, by God I cannot flatter. I do defy the tongues of soothers. A braver place in my heart's love hath no man than yourself. Nay, test me to my word. Approve me, Lord.
Thou art the king of honor. No man so potent breathes upon the ground, but I will bear them.
Do so. 'Tis well. What letters hast thou there? I can't but thank you.
These letters come from your father.
Letters from him? Why comes he not himself?
He cannot, my lord. He is sick.
Sick now? The sickness doth infect the very lifeblood of our enterprise. 'Tis catching hither even to our camp. You rest me hear this. That inward sickness. To give us bold advertisement, that with our small conjunction, we should on to see how fortune is disposed to us.
But I would your father had been here. This are the quality and air of our attempt brooks no division. It will be thought by some who know not why he is away that wisdom, loyalty, and mere dislike of our proceedings kept the orphan heads. This absence of your father draws a curtain that shows the ignorant a kind of fear before not dreamt of.
It's hard to think there is not such a word spoken in Scotland as this term of fear.
Cousin Vernon, welcome by my soul.
Pray God my news be worth the welcome, my lord.
The Earl of Weston, 7,000 strong, is marching hitherwards with the Princess Joanne.
No harm. What more?
And further, I have learned the king himself, in person, is set forth, hitherwards intended speedily, with strong and mighty preparation.
You shall be welcome too. Where's his son? Silver-footed madcap Prince of Wales.
Yes, saw you. Gallantly armed, rise from the ground like feathered mercury, and with such ease and conceit, as if an angel did drop down from the clouds, to turn and wind a fiery
No more, no more. First, the son-in-law's this praise doth nourish the youth. Let them come.
There's more news. I learned in Glendower as I rode along. You cannot draw his power in this 14 days.
That's the worst tidings that I hear of yet.
Aye, by my faith, that bears a frosty sound.
What may the king's whole battle reach unto?
To 30,000.
40 let it be.
Aye.
My father and Glendower being both away, the powers of us may serve so great a day. Come, let's take a muster speedily. Doomsday is near. Die all and die merrily.
Talk not of dying. I now fear of death and death's hand for this 1/2 year.
I be not ashamed of my soldiers. I am a soused gurnet. I have misused the king's press damnably. I have got, in exchange for my 150 soldiers, some 300 and odd pounds. I pressed me none but such toast and butter, and they have bought out their services. So now my entire charge consists mainly of ancients, corporals, lieutenants, gentlemen of companies, and such as yet were never soldiers, younger sons to younger brothers, that you would think I had 100 tattered prodigals lately come from swine keeping. No eye hath seen such scarecrows. I'll not march through Coventry with them, that's flat.
Oh, how now, blown Jack?
What? How now, Medway? What the devil dost thou work? My Lord of Westmoreland, I cry you mercy. I thought your honor had already been at Shrewsbury.
Faith, Sir John, more than time that I've been there, and you too. My powers are there already. The king, I can tell you, looks for us all.
Never fear me, I'm as vigilant as a cat to steal cream.
To steal cream indeed. Tell me now, Jack, whose fellows are these that come after?
Mine, Hal, mine. Food for powder, food for powder. They'll fill it in as well as better. Gosh, man, mortal men, mortal men.
Tira, make haste. He's already in the field.
What is the king in camp?
He is, Sir John.
I fear we shall stay too long.
We'll fight with him tonight.
It may not be.
You give him then the advantage.
Not a whit. What say you so? Looks he not for supply?
So do we.
His is certain, ours is doubtful.
Yea, tonight.
Tonight, say I.
Come, come. It may not be. I wonder much, being men of such great leading as you are, that you foresee not what impediments drag back our expedition. Your cousin Worcester's horse came but today, and now their pride and mettle is but asleep. Their courage with hard labor tame and dull, that not a horse is half the half of himself.
So are the horses of the enemy, and general journey baited and brought low. The better part of ours are full of rest.
That's right. The number of the king exceedeth ours. For God's sake, cousin, stay till all come in.
Welcome, Sir Walter Blunt. Would to God you were of our determination. Some of us love you well.
God defend us, I stand so long as out of true rule you stand against anointed majesty. I come with gracious offers from the king. You hear me? The king hath sent to know of your griefs, whereupon you conjure from the breast of civil peace such bold hostility, teaching his land audacious cruelty. The king hath in any way your good deserts for God, which he confesseth to me manifold. He bids you name your griefs. You shall have your desires with interest. Pardon absolute for yourself and those herein misled by your suggestion.
The king is kind. And what we know, the king knows in what time to promise, when to pay. My father and my cousin and myself did give him that same loyalty he wears. My father gave him welcome to the shore. And when he heard him swear and vowed to God, he came but to be the Duke of Lancaster. He was livery and begged his peace with tears of innocency and terms of zeal. My father, in kind heart and pity moved, swore him assistance and performed it too. Now when the lords and barons of the realm perceived Northumberland to be true, well, the more or less came in with half the need. He cries out upon abuses, seems to weep over his country's wrongs, and by this face, this seeming brow of justice, did he win the hearts of all that he did angle for. Proceeded further. Cut me off the heads of all the favorites that the absent king and deputation left behind when he was personal in the Irish War.
Tut, I came not to hear this.
And to the point. A short time after, he deposed the king. Soon after that, deprived him of his life. Disgraced me in my happy victory, sought to entrap me by intelligence. Raided my cousin from the council board. Enraged, dismissed my father from the court. Broke oath on oath, committed wrong on wrong, and in conclusion, drove us to seek out his head of state, and with all to pry into his title, to which we find too indirect for long continuance.
Shall I convey this answer to the king?
Not so, Sir Walter. Hold you all while. Go to the king, and let there be in pawn some surety for a safe return again. And in the morning early, my cousin shall bring him our purposes. So farewell.
So would you accept with grace and love?
Maybe so we shall. Praise God.
bloodly the sun begins to peer above yon bosky hill.
The southern wind doth play the trumpet to his purpose.
How then with the losers let it sympathize? For nothing can seem foul for those that win.
Oh, now, my lady of Worcester, 'tis now well that you and I should meet upon such terms as now we meet. You have deceived our trust, and made us doff our easy robes of peace to crush our old limbs in our gentle steel. This is not well, lady. This is not well.
Hear me, my liege. I could be well content to entertain the lag end of my life with quiet hours, for I must protest. I have not sought this dislike.
You have not sought it? How comes it then?
Rebellion lay in her way, and she found it.
Peace, chew it, peace.
It pleased your majesty to turn your look of favor from myself and all our house, and yet I must remember you, my lord. We were the first and dearest of your friends. For you, my staff of office, did I break in Richard's time. It was myself, my uncle and his son that brought you home and boldly did outdare the dangers of the time. You swore to us, and you did swear that oath at Doncaster that you did nothing purpose against the state, nor claim no further than your new fallen right, seat of Gaunt, dukedom of Lancaster. To this we swore our aid. We were enforced for safety's sake to fly out of sight and raise this present head, whereby we stand opposed by such means that you yourself have forged against yourself. By unkind usage, dangerous countenance, and violation of our faith and troth sworn to us in your younger enterprise.
These things indeed you have articulate. To face the garment of rebellion in some fine colors to please the eye. Never yet did insurrection want such watercolors to impede his cause.
In both your armies there's many a soul shall pay full dearly for this encounter once they join in trial. Tell your cousin, the Prince of Wales doth join with all the world in praise. For my part, I may speak to my shame. I have a true invented chivalry. But will, to save the blood on either side, try fortune with him in single fight.
And Prince of Wales, so dare we venture thee, albeit considerations infinite you make against it. No, good Worcester, no. We love our people well, even those we love that are misled upon your cousin's part. Will they take the offer of our grace? Will he, they and you, yea, everyone shall be my friend again, and I'll be theirs. So tell your cousin and bring me word what you will do. What? If he will not yield, rebuke and dread correction wait on us, and they shall do their office. So be gone.
Will not be accepted on my life. Hotspur and the Douglas both together are confident against the world at arms.
Hence, therefore, every leader to his charge. For on their answer we will set on them. And God befriend us, for our cause is just.
How? I'll see thee down in the battle and describe me so 'tis a point of friendship.
Why? Thou owest God a debt.
'Tis not due yet. I would be loath to pay him before his day. What need I be so forward with him that calls not on me? But 'tis no matter. Honor pricks me on. Yea, but how if honor prick me off when I come on? How then? Can honor set to a leg? No. To an arm? No. Take away the grief of a wound? No. Honor hath no skill in surgery. No. What is honor? A word. What is in that word honor? What is that honor? Air. Trim reckon. Who hath it? He that died a Wednesday. Doth he hear it? No. Doth he feel it? No. Is insensible then? Yea, to the dead. we would not live with the living. No. Why? Detraction will not suffer. Therefore, I'll none of it. Honor is a mere scutcheon. So ends my captain.
No. My cousin must not know, Sir Richard, the liberal and kind offer of the king.
'Twere best he did.
Then we are all undone. It is not possible, it cannot be. The king should keep his word in loving us. He will suspect us still, and find time to punish this offense and other faults. Suspicion, all our lives shall be stuffed full of eyes for treason is but treated like the fox. Therefore, good cousin, let not Harry know in any way the offer of the king.
Deliver what you will. I'll say this. Here comes your cousin.
Cousin has returned. Cousin, what news?
The king will bid you battle presently. My lord, prepare. The king comes apace.
Thank him, and he cuts me from my tale. I profess not talking. Only this. Let each man do his best, and here draw I a sword, whose temper I intend to stain with the best blood that I can meet withal in the adventure of this perilous day.
What is thy name? Thou that comes crosses me in battle thus.
Know then, my name is Douglas, and I do haunt thee in battle thus because some tell me that thou art a king.
They tell thee true.
The Lord of Stafford here today hath fought thy likeness, for instead of thee, King Harry, this sword hath ended him. And so shall it be, unless thou yield thee as my prisoner.
I was not born a yielder, thou proud Scot.
Douglas, hadst thou fought at Homelton thus, never triumphed upon a Scot.
All's done, all's won here. Breathless lies the king.
Miss Douglas? No, I know this face full well. A gallant knight he was, his name was Blunt. Semblably furnished like a king himself.
A fool go with thy soul, whither it goes. Why didst thou tell me that thou wert a king?
The king hath many marching in his coats.
I'll murder all his wardrobe piece by piece until I meet the king.
I could escape shot free in London. I fear the shot here. Here there's no scoring but upon the pate. Who are you? Sir Walter Blunt. There's honor for you. Here's no vanity. I've led my ragamuffins to where they are peppered. There's about 3 of my 150 left alive, but who comes here?
What, standest thou idle here? Lend me thy sword. Many a nobleman lied, stark and stiff, under the hoofs of vaunting enemies, yet unrevenged. I prithee, lend me thy sword.
Prithee, Hal, give me leave to breathe a while. Turk Gregory never did such deeds in arms as I have done this day. I have paid Percy. I have made him sure.
Yes, indeed, and he is alive to kill thee. I prithee, lend me thy sword.
Hey, before God, Hal, if Percy be alive, thou canst not my sword. Take my pistol if I will.
What's time to jest and dally now?
Well, if Percy lives, I'll pierce him. If he do come in my way, so. If not, if I come in his willingly, then let him make a carbonado of me. I like not such grinning honor as Sir Walter hath. Give me life, which if I can save, so. If not, honor comes unlooked for, and there's an end. I prithee, Harry, withdraw thyself, thou bleedest too much. Joanne, go you with him.
Not I, my lord, unless I did bleed too.
I do beseech your grace. Make up, lest your retirement to amaze your friends.
I will do so.
We breathe too long. Come, cousin Westmoreland, our duty this way lies. For God's sake, come!
By God, sister, thou hast deceived me. I did not think thee a woman of such spirit.
I
saw our whole Lord Percy at the point with lustier maintenance than ever I did look for of such an unborn warrior.
Ah, this woman! She lends mettle to us all.
Another king! They grow like Hydra's heads. I am the Douglas! Fatal to all those that wear those colours. What art thou the counterfeit is the person of a king?
The king himself. I have 2 children, seek Percy and thyself about the field. But seeing as thou fall'st on me so luckily, I will essay thee. So defend thyself!
Here thou art another counterfeit, yet in face thou appearest like a king. But not I am sure thou art, and thus I win thee!
You hold up thy head, vile Scotch, or thou art like never to hold it up again!
My lord, how fares your grace?
Stay and breathe a while. Thou hast redeemed thy lost opinion in this fair rescue thou hast brought to me.
They did me too much injury that said I ever hearkened for your death.
Make up to Clifton, will to Sir Nicholas Gauzy.
If I mistake not, thou art Harry Monmouth.
Thou speakest as though I would deny my name.
My name is Harry Percy.
Why then? I see a very valiant rebel of the name. I am the Prince of Wales, and think not Percy to share with me in glory any more. 2 stars keep not their motion in one sphere, nor can one England brook the double reign of Harry Percy and the Prince of Wales.
Nor shall it, Harry, for the hour is come to end one of us. I would to God thy name in arms were now as great as mine.
Oh, I shall make it greater ere I part from thee. No longer brook thy vanities.
What's it how? Do it how?
Harry, thou hast robbed me of my youth. I had better brook the loss of brittle life than those proud titles thou hast won me. But in time, which takes survey of all the world, must have a stop. Till I can prophesy that the earthy and cold hand of death lies on my tongue. Oh, Percy, thou art dust and food for
worms, brave Percy. Food for worms. Very well, Braveheart. Ill-weaved ambition, how much art thou shrunk? When that this body did contain a soul, a kingdom was too small a bound for it now. 2 paces of the vilest earth is room enough. The ground that bears thee dead bears not alive so stout a gentleman as you. Take thy praises with thee up to heaven. Thy ignominy remembered in thy grave, not in thy epitaph. What on earth? Oh, could not all this flesh keep in a little life? Oh. Farewell, poor Jack. I could have better spared a better man. To have a heaviness of thee, if I were much in love with vanity. And bow, till I see thee by and by. Till then in blood thy noble Percy lies.
And bow, foul me today, I'll give you leave to powder me and eat me too tomorrow. This blood was time to counterfeit, or that hot termagant Scot had paid me Scot and lot too. I am no counterfeit. The die is to be a counterfeit. For he's but a counterfeit of a man who hath not the life of a man. But to counterfeit dying, when a man thereby liveth, is to be no counterfeit, but the true and perfect image of life indeed. Discretion, valor. The better part of valor is discretion, in the which better part I have saved my life. Slut, I'm afraid of this gunpowder person, though he be dead. How if he should counterfeit too and rise? By my faith, I'm afraid he would prove the better counterfeit. Therefore, I'll make him sure. Yea, and I'll swear I killed him. Therefore, Sirrah, with a new wound in your thigh, come you along with me.
Come, Sister Joanne. Oh, Gregory has the flesh on the sword.
But soft, whom have we here? Did you not tell me this fat man was dead?
Oh, I did. I saw him dead, breathless and bleeding on the ground. He found out alive. Only fancy plays tricks upon our eyesight.
No, certain, I am not a double man. But if I be not Jack Falstaff, why then I am a Jack. There is Percy. If your father will do me any honor, so. If not, let him kill the next Percy himself.
Why, Percy, I killed myself and saw thee dead.
Didst thou? Lord, Lord, how this world is given to lying. I grant you I was down and out of breath, but we rose, both, in an instant, and fought a long hour by the Shrewsbury clock. I'll take it upon my death. I gave him this wound in the thigh.
This is the strangest tale that ever I heard.
This is the strangest fellow, Sister Joanne. Come, bring thy luggage nobly upon thy back. For my part, if a lie may do thee grace, I'll gild it in the happiest terms I have.
Thus ever did rebellion find rebuke. Ill-spirited Worcester, did we not send grace, pardon, in terms of love to all of you? Would you turn our offers to the contrary? Misuse the tenor of thy kinsman's trust?
What I have done, my safety urged me to do. And I embrace this fortune patiently, since not to be avoided, it falls on me.
Bear Worcester to the death. And Vernon too. Other offenders we will think about. How goes the field?
Noble Scot, Lady Douglas, she saw the fortune of the day quite turn from her, the noble Percy slain, and all her men upon the foot of fear fled with the rest. Like my tent, Douglasses, I do beseech your majesty I may dispose of her.
With all my heart.
Then, to you, Sister Joanne of Lancaster, this honorable bounty shall belong. Go to the Douglas, deliver her up to her pleasure, ransomless and free.
I thank your grace for this high courtesy, which I shall give away immediately.
And this remains that we divide our power. You, Joanne, and my cousin Westmoreland, towards York with the dearest speed to meet with Northumberland and the prelates group, who, as we hear, are physically in arms. Myself and you, son Harry, will towards Wales to meet with Glendower and the Earl of March. Rebellion in this land shall lose its sway, meaning the check of such another day. And since this business so fair is done, let us not leave till all our own be won.